old sock.
Has a reason, baby, let it come to you.
Every strength. So one of the first things I need to do is go through these boxes and organise them. Each dog started off having their own box, and then it slowly transitioned into one box is just leads, one box is toys, and one box is clothes. So I need to really go through these and sort them out and just do a purge maybe. I see some touch up on the boxes that need to happen. I might even change the colour of this box. We'll see how this pans out. But this room definitely needs a good dust. There is a lot of dust in this room and it continues to be dusty because we have 3 dogs and 3 dogs sleep in here at night time. Actually, the one dog, she tends not to sleep in here, the German Shepherd. She will let herself out and leave the other 2 behind. So, yeah, let's just get to organising and cleaning. Okay, so the 2 smaller dogs have 2 round padded beds, and then the German Shepherd, she has a crate. She chooses to go in here as and when she wants, and actually I quite often find the 2 little dogs in here. So it's not something that she gets locked up in, so I just want to put that out there. I'm going to take this outside because I want to give it a really good hose down and a good wash. So I'm going to take this outside so I've got a little bit more room to work in here. Once I've cleaned everything, I'm then going to put the 2 dog beds in the washing machine. If I put them in now, it's going to create noise, so you're not going to be able to hear me talk. So I'm going to take these out to the back garden right now. Okay, so with the depth of the washing machine and the tumble dryer, I can't reach this shelf very easily. So I'll show you what I bought later to help me out with that situation. But for now, I'm using this step stool. So let's get this stuff down. Okay, I'm going to move this into the kitchen so we've got a bit of room to spread stuff out and sort through it. So let's go. Okay, so I'm going to take these canisters out too and just start with an absolute clean slate in this room. This is really heavy. Odd sock on the floor. Now we've ended up with a stash of these leads. Now every time we take our dogs to the vets, our vets, I don't know if everyone's vets is like this, but our vets does not like taking our own leads into the back. So we have to take our leads off. They put on one of these and then take the dogs in the back. And then when we pick them up, they have these leads on. So it's just quicker just to walk them out to the car with these leads on. So that's how we've ended up with an absolute stash of these. So I really need to go through these, and I'm gonna bag them up into little sandwich bags. They're self-sealing just to keep them from getting so dusty, because they are dusty. And I mean, I know they're only leads, but still, dust is dust. Okay, so these are all the dog leads. They're all sorted now. So we have different types of dog leads. We have a harness, we have a retractable one, we have different colours, we have ones with diamonds on. We have a joint one for the 2 smaller ones. We have a little pouch that we can wear so we can give them treats. We have the vet ones, and then we have Ellie's little one here. So these are the 3 main go-to ones, and I've put their names in there because my husband gets confused, because one time I found, I think it was Sasha on Keto and Keto on Sasha. So yeah, we don't want to mix them up. So now they're all sorted, I will clean the box and get them packed away. That's the first box done. Now I have one of these magic, I actually don't know what they're called, but they're really good at getting stains off. So hopefully any little nicks and dings that I've got on these boxes, I can get off with one of these. Let's give it a go.
Lives outside of status quo.
Okay, so that worked a real treat. That got off all the dirty marks. I'm just going to let that dry now. Air dry. I've opened up the window to let some air in. Just going to sit that over there. Let's move on to the next 2 boxes. So all 3 boxes are now organised. I'm going to put them back in. Now let's talk about the wallpaper. I found this really, really easy to put up. I purchased this from Target. I'm going to insert a clip now of where it can be found in Target. So as you can see, there are lots and lots of choices, and there are different price points. Now I went to Amazon and I found a wallpaper that I fell in love with for our front entry area, and I was only going to do one wall, but when I priced it up, it was going to cost me over $500 just to do one small little wall, which is about 10 foot by 9 foot. That's a lot of money to spend on one wall. So when you look at wallpaper, what I suggest you do is look at the repeat pattern. This had quite a large repeat pattern. I'm not sure if it even says on the tube. Okay, so what it does say here, it says one roll, approximately coverage is 27.5 square feet. So that gives you a rough area of what it will cover. Now, the smaller the repeat pattern, the less expensive it's going to work out to be. Now, this little section here cost me over $100 because I had to buy 3 tubes of this, and they were $34 each. So keep that in mind if you want to do ceiling to floor. It's going to cost you quite a bit more. I chose a big bold print for a couple of reasons. This was my first time wallpapering a textured wall, and I didn't want a plain wallpaper because I was scared that you was going to be able to see the texture come through. However, on this one, it really hasn't. Let's show you like a side view of this wallpaper. Now, I don't know if you can see any texture come through. You can see a little bit here. I don't know if the camera's going to pick that up. You can see a little bit, but when you're from here, you can't see it. Now, I want to show you the actual texture of my wall. Okay, so I chose not to take the advice of the wallpaper company. I did wallpaper textured walls. This has now been on my walls for a good 3 years. It hasn't peeled off, and it's also in a room that the temperature fluctuates a lot. We've got a washing machine in here, so it causes humidity, and we've got a tumble dryer, which causes heat. So take from that what you will. I am not suggesting that you should go run outside and buy wallpaper and wallpaper your home, because I don't know what your textured walls are like. So maybe if wallpaper is something that you do want to do, I would suggest starting off in a really small area, maybe inside a cupboard, just to see if it works in your house if you do have textured walls. So yeah, personally, I'm really happy with this. It worked out, and it was really, really easy to put up. It was not so sticky that when you put it on the wall, you couldn't peel it back off. There was a lot of play, and I had to, a lot of times, try and match up the wallpaper. So I was pulling it off, moving it, putting it back, pulling it off, moving it, putting it back. So it was very forgiving to work with, and for me it's worked out really well. Now, so the bottom part of the wall, I just did some batten. I just went to Home Depot, bought some wood, put some glue on the back of the wood, and I have a nail compressor, a nail gun, and I just shot some nail guns through and held it in place. And I bought a wider one to match the wood that was underneath the shelf, just to run along the top. Now, some people, what they do is they cover up the textured walls with the really thin plywood, and they buy it in big sheets, and they put that on the wall first, and then they put this on top. That's perfectly fine. I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to spend the money, plus I didn't want to put in the effort into this room that basically we never come in here unless we're washing. Yeah, so now next I need to do some touch-up work. Let me zoom in on this and show you what's happened. So you can see here a gap, and you can see here there's another little gap here, another one here. Now, since I've decorated this room, we've had 2 earthquakes that we've felt. There are tremors every single day in Las Vegas that we just don't feel, but there have been 2 sizable ones that we did feel. So I've noticed in this room, and also in my main bedroom, I put some coving up on the wall, and there's some cracks there. So obviously the ground has shifted, and also in our back wall, our bricks have shifted. So I need to do some touch up. There's a little couple of dings where the dogs have jumped up on the wall and scraped the wall. So I'm just hoping that I can find the right paint. I've got a little shelf in my garage that I dedicate just to my paints, but I've got quite a few greys, so I'm hoping I can match the right grey. Okay, that's the colour, and this is going to need a really good mix, because you can see how separated it is. So on my tumble dryer, I had these two jars. This one was for dryer sheets, and this one was for dog treats. I'm going to switch this up slightly. I've bought 3 new jars from Home Goods. They were $5.99, and I'm going to put dog treats in these 3, and then in these 2 I'm just going to put laundry. So I'm going to switch these into here, and then I'm going to put my little lavender, in fact, what are these called? Crystals. I'm going to put the crystals in here. I'm going to give this a little wash. Okay, so now I'm keeping these in the jar. The easiest way to get these from here into the washing machine is by a little scoop. So I picked these up from the Dollar Tree. So I'm just going to figure out which one is the best size to keep in here. And I can just easily, hopefully easily unclip them. So I think this is probably a really good size. Scoop it out, put it in the washing machine. Easy peasy. It's just making life easier, really. Now, I bought these dog treats from Costco, and I can honestly say in all the years I've had my dogs have never, ever gone crazy over a treat the way they go crazy over these. So if you see these, I highly recommend them, because my dogs absolutely love them. And warning, they reek, they absolutely stink. Oh boy. So, oh my gosh, they really do stink. They come in little chunks like this. Now you can crumble them up and put them over the dog food, or my dogs eat them whole, just over their dog food, or you can add water to them and rehydrate them. But yeah, whew, that's taking my breath away. It smells so bad. So a big bag like this, 17.6 ounces. This was $9, so really, really good value. So as you can see, I've come to a bit of a standstill now. My washing machine and dryer is in the way. I'm going to attempt to move them. I don't know whether I can over this stone floor. Let me show you what I did last time. Now, last time I painted, this tumble dryer was pulled out, and I thought to myself, well, I'm going to push it back now, finished painting, and look what I did. I cracked the outside of the glass. I mean, the tumble dryer is fine. You can still use it and everything because it has an inside glass here. But this outside plastic, I cracked it because what I did was, as I was pushing it, I had my knee up against it, and I was like leveraging my whole body against the tumble dryer, trying to push it back into the corner, and my knee cracked it. So, had my husband had done that, I would have hit the roof, but I done it, so it's just a oopsie. Okay, let's see if we can move this. No. I'm gonna have to wait for the husband. Okay. I also bought these from Home Goods. Now I intend on sticking a couple of these underneath the jars, because when the tumble dryer's on, and these are sitting on top, sometimes they rattle. So I figured if I put some sort of plastic adhesive on the bottom, it will keep it more stable and stop from rattling. So let's see if this works. I think I'm gonna use these little ones here. You see they're just like little bumps. And then they have the square ones too. They're quite chunky as well. So I think I'm going to use these ones. Okay, and as you can see, this is what they look like. I've just stuck them right to the edge, like so. So I just wanted to show you this picture that I bought. I think it must be set in Australia, because I think that's a kiwi, isn't it? It was $16.99 from Home Goods. And here's your designer. Sabrina Fenn, I believe. So along with that picture, I also bought this small little shelf to hang 2 items that I've just recently purchased. Now I want to hang them in a very specific place. Let me show you where. I'm going to turn the camera around. So now you can see the devastation that happens during a project. Right, so when I'm sitting on one of these bar stools here, and I look into the laundry room, I want to be able to see the picture and the shelf. So I am going to hang this picture and shelf center to the doorway. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is mark the front of my picture where the center is. And I just have some masking tape here. I'm just going to rip off a small amount. So I know where the center is on the back. So I'm just going to carry this tape over to the front. Now to the right of this tells me that this is the center of the picture. So now I can play around with placements and see roughly where I want this. Okay, so next we need to do the shelf. So I have this little plug that I have to screw in first. So I just made a little starter hole with the actual screw. I'm hoping I've got enough strength to screw this in. So the eyelet was telling me that that's straight. This one went straight into a stud, so I didn't need the actual plastic raw plug. So I'm just going to screw that one in a bit more then. That's finished. Okay, so you can see I didn't bring the kennel back in. So I've put Keita's bed here. I've washed and dried this one. I've got the other bed in the dryer. Hello, Ellie. I've got the other bed in the dryer here. So now I am going to wash the washing machine using this. It's got 3 pouches in here. You empty 1 pouch if you've got a front loading machine, just in your regular little detergent thing, and just do a regular cycle on a hot wash and it gets it really nice and clean. So let me get on and do that. So yeah, finally this room is done. I am actually going to paint this frame a slightly grey tone because it doesn't match with this. However, this wood and these woods do match. So I'm going to leave those alone just to bring in a different element there. I am going to leave that box pink because we've got some pinks in this picture here. And I'm really happy. This room makes me smile when I come in here, which was my objective because I don't like doing laundry. The very last thing I wanted to show you is I bought this little step stool. It was $7.99. It folds it really compactly and I can actually fit this between my washing machine and my dryer. So I was really happy that I found that stool. It just fits neatly in between the washer and dryer, and then I can still reach the dog's boxes. Now, if you're wondering where I keep my iron and my ironing board, I have a routine where I actually take the clothes out of the tumble dryer, put them into my hamper, walk them into my bedroom, and I fold everything up, I put it away, and then I actually don't iron until I'm about to wear something, because I found that I was ironing twice. I would iron something, hang it up in the closet, pull it out, and it would be creased. So talking about closets, I have a really good video if you are looking to maximize your closet space. Now, when we bought this house, we came with the bog standard walk-in closet with 1 rail. I took that out and I maximized the space, and I've actually quadrupled my storage. So if you're interested in a walk-in closet or any type of closet, I actually walk you through and show you how to use the IKEA planner too. So if you're interested in that, I'm going to link it at the end, and I want to say a huge thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you during the week. Bye guys. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe if you liked. Okay, bye.